Oliver and Jumpy by Werner Stacekow, Volume 8, Enchanted Forest, Fishing, The Incredible Train Journey. Is this your first encounter with Oliver and Jumpy? Yes? Then let me tell you about them. Oliver is an elegant tomcat and Jumpy is his best friend. They are always on the lookout for new adventures together. Oliver lives in a tree house on the mighty oak tree. He is the most famous cat in the country. Enchanted Forest by Werner Stacekow. Illustrator Anahid Alexanian. On top of a hill sits an old haunted castle. Nobody lives there. Jumpy and I love ghosts. Were we scared? No, of course not. On a very boring day during school holidays, we decided to visit Ghost Castle for some excitement. We walked up the overgrown path and crossed the drawbridge. We pushed open the creaking door. Only a few rays of sunlight filtered through broken windows. Jumpy grabbed Joey's hand, and we slowly climbed up to the landing. Let's check out the rooms. When I opened the door, we were surprised. There was a deep, dark forest. We crossed the threshold into another world. It was cool and pleasant, with green moss covering the ground. Little birds hunting insects crisscrossed the forest floor. "What are you doing here?" a creaky voice inquired. One of the old trees had been talking to us. "We are just exploring." "How can you talk?" "This is an enchanted forest. All the trees were once soldiers until Cassandra, the witch, put a spell on us." "We know a bit of magic ourselves. Let me give you back your previous form." I took out my magic wand, channeled the universe's power through me, and said, "Dear wand, expel the witch's magic and change the trees to their real selves." Lightning struck down from the sky toward all the trees. The big trees were shrinking steadily and changed into soldiers. They were meerkat soldiers. "Thank you," they shouted. The moment the big trees were gone, we could see the land behind it. At the edge, where the forest had previously ended, was the witch's cave. She stood right in front of it. She was furious. "How dare you undo my spell!" Jumpy and I both used our wands to keep her in check. "I'm turning you three into frogs," she shouted. But we kept her busy defending herself against our magic. "Soldiers, go and grab her wand." "You are very bad," I said, and turned her into a donkey. "Yo, yo!" she cried out desperately. From now on, she would have to serve the army. In the witch's cave, we discovered that she had put a spell on many creatures. We released them all and found ourselves surrounded by the grateful victims. We have to celebrate. A big bonfire was started. Everybody had a feast. We were dancing around the fire and singing. After wishing them all good luck, we walked through the door back home. Witchy bye! Do you like fishing? Come along! Fishing by Werner Stacekow. Illustrator Mario Tereso. Every morning Peli flew over from the supermarket with his whole beak filled with my breakfast. Joey was going to join me, but where was he? Joey is always hungry because he's still growing. Kangaroos cannot climb trees. Joey used the trampoline. Bouncity bounce and hoppity hop, he landed with a big bang on the veranda. I looked out the window. Breakfast is served, my lord, come right in. There was lots of food and milk. Joey soon had his face covered with jam. You make the best pancakes, Uncle Oliver. Even Mousie came to visit for some crumbs and cheese. After the food, Joey had to do the dishes. I helped dry the cups and plates. What are we going to do today? Asked Joey. Once a week I look after Joey so that his mom can go shopping. How about fishing? Joey was very excited about that. He had received a rod last Christmas, but not tried it out yet. We arrived at the lake. The ducks were quacking noisily, eyeing us curiously. A small brown boat was waiting for us. I jumped in with all the gear and Joey gave it a shove before he got in. Joey was bigger and stronger. He picked up the oars to start rowing. We reached the center of the lake and cast out. Joey was soon getting bored. Suddenly the line went tight, and I had to hang on for dear life. This was a big fish, and it took the boat for a ride. What a triumph! Joey quickly rowed back to shore. He proudly carried the big fish home. Squirrel was following us. It was a memorable occasion, and nobody wanted to miss it. Soon other animals were lining the track and applauding our success. We had a barbecue in the park. The fish smiled heavenly. Later we went to nap under the oak tree. Do you like fish? Fishy bye! Have you ever been on a steam engine? Join us! The Incredible Train Journey by Werner Stacekow. Illustrator E. Senisal. Have you ever taken an adventure train trip? Well, Jumpy, Joey and my elegant self took one last Sunday. It's an extremely popular ride, but we managed to grab the last 3 seats. The driver blew the whistle, and Loki started slowly turning his wheels. A dark tunnel entrance leading into the mountain loomed right in front of us. As we entered, we could smell the coal smoke. This is where the adventures begin. Hold on tight. The light at the end of the tunnel rushed toward us. The train tracks suddenly went high into the air, and we slowly climbed up a roller coaster. "Hold your breath," called Loki, as he sped down into the valley. Everybody cried out, scared but having fun at the same time. With a mighty splash, the train went under the sea. We stared in wonder at a beautiful underwater world. A big shark held a swimming contest with us. 2 mermaids waved, and Loki blew the whistle in reply. After a short moment underwater, we quickly steamed up the beach. We swished past green forests and out onto a rocky mountain top. I realized that there was nothing in front of us but a canyon. We all cried out loud. Our great Loki had unfolded his hidden wings and propellers. He had become an airplane and was flying to the other side of the canyon. We had arrived in the land of the giants. They were generally friendly, but a little baby boy thought we were a toy train and tried to grab us. Loki had to speed up quickly to escape his grasp. The train turned a corner. We had arrived in icy land. A polar bear growled. After hearing our noisy whistle, he became annoyed and left. We entered another tunnel with fires around us. Dragon babies were practicing their fire-breathing skills. Soon the children found a new target, and we were it. We moved along at top speed when suddenly Mummy Dragon joined in. She had been giving lessons to her babies. One huge ball of fire hit our rear carriage. We were relieved finding our beloved Zealandia in front of us. Loki put on the brakes. The driver extinguished the fire in the back carriage. Exhausted and black from all that coal smoke, we jumped out of the train and quickly returned home to have a wash. What an adventurous journey! Loki, bye! Thank you very much for reading Oliver and Jumpy. You are now a special friend and you'll be able to take part in all their adventures.